Good evening, dear students. Today, before to begin this class, I need to give you some important instructions. And those are, I think you might know that the SSLC examination pattern is a little bit change, in which due to this COVID pandemic, the exams will be held only 2 days. This information was given by the Honorable Education Minister Sir Suresh Kumar, and we already know about the examination pattern. So first day will be the languages will be held, and that too for 40 marks MCQ questions for each subject. First day the 3 subjects, second day the core subjects will be held, that is science, maths and social science. Now it's very important to us to solve MCQ questions so that should be able to score out of what marks in the board examination. And even it is not clear that the examination will be held by the government, and it is said by the education minister, if there is a need, if that exam doesn't give the proper results, then they are going to conduct another examination. I don't know what sort of examination they will conduct, but for today's information, the MCQ questions are very important, multiple choice questions, what we call it as MCQ questions. Children, you might have become happy that only MCQ questions, yes or no type of questions, a question will be given, in that 4 options will be given. The right option, if you choose and write, will get a full marks. Yes, you need not to write anything. True, but one more important thing is, in 2 mark, 3 mark and 4 mark questions, and even 1 mark question, if you write a half of the answer, you may get 1/2 marks, 1 marks, or for 3 mark questions 2 marks, for the 4 marks at least 2 marks you'll get it. But as far as MCQ questions are concerned, there's no other option there. You are going to give the right answer, or you are going to complete wrong answer. Got it? So due to this reason, so I request you all to, as much as possible, kindly go through the textbook thoroughly, not leaving a single line in the textbook. If you understand very clearly, then you could able to score very good marks in the examination. Children, without further delay, we are going to start today's class. And here one more set of question paper, in that only MCQ questions and 1 mark questions we are going to solve. So here you know that 4 alternatives of each of the following questions are given with the incomplete sentence. Choose the most appropriate alternative and write this alphabet along with the answer. I told you the way of writing the examination is MCQ questions is, you need to write the question number first, then the proper ABCD, the right option, then along with that answer. If you miss any one in that, you get 0 marks. Okay. So first question, let's try to solve it. So first is, which one of the following changes is not oxidation? So oxidation, so this is from the first chapter. Let's try to see that. So reactions are given: combination, double displacement, okay, and corrosion, rancidity. Okay, and the right answer is here. The answer is also written, that is option B is the right answer, that is double displacement reaction. So the does not oxidizes. Next question is, a solution turns red litmus to blue, its pH is likely to be. Red to blue means it is base, it is a base, right? It's a base. You know that the pH scale 1 to 7, 1 to 6 it's a acid, 7 is a neutral, and 7 to 14 is a base. So your options are given 1, 4, 5, 10. So obviously 10 will be the right answer. Very simple question. That is, a solution turns red litmus to blue. Since it is a basic, the value is more than 7, it should be okay. And the value more than 7 will be only one number here is 10. Option number D. So right answer is option number D. Okay, fine. So next question is, an atom has electronic configuration 287, right? 287 means first shell it is 2, second shell 8, third shell it is 7. Means 2 plus 8 10 plus 7 is 17, which is nothing but chlorine, you know that. What is the atomic number of element? Okay, atomic number, you need to just add it. 2 plus 8 plus 7, the total is 17. So atomic number of chlorine it is, correct? So I told you we have discussed it 2n square formula, right? Wherein n is number of shells. So 17 is the right answer. Got it. Next, swollen neck is one of the symptoms of. Swollen neck is one of the symptoms of. Option A, goiter, B, diabetes, C, dwarfism, D, common cold. In common cold, we don't have the swollen neck, right? In dwarfism also we don't see the swollen neck. In diabetes, the neck won't swollen. Okay, and then the right option is the goiter. Okay, goiter is the right option. This is the question which is pertaining from biology. And you know that goiter is occurs due to the insufficient iodine supply to the body, right? That's the reason the doctor recommend us to eat or consume the salt which consists of iodine in it, right? So fourth right answer will be swollen neck is one of the symptoms of a goiter, you know that. And then fifth question, the sesedent form from wild cabbage are, okay, the sesedent from wild cabbage are. This is also a biology question. So options are cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, all of this. Okay, so right answer is all of these. Got it. So option number 6 is, question number 6 is, dinosaurs are not found today, but we can find their eggs, no. Houses, no. Fossils, yes, right? And D, legs, no. So fossils ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಅವಶೇಷಗಳು ಅಂತ, ಹೌದಾ? You might have observed that in the movies like Jurassic Park and other many movies are made to show the existence of the dinosaurs. So dinosaurs are the animals which were lived thousands of years ago, and because of the natural disasters they get embedded right in the earth crust. And during some findings, the scientists, the archaeological department, they found out some fossils of dinosaurs, and with the help of a computer they gave a shape to them, right? And dinosaurs are not found today, but we can find their fossils, but not the eggs, not their houses. Don't know which houses they used to live, right? Fossils we find out. Fine, so right answer will be fossils. 3 resistance of 2 ohm, 4 ohm, 5 ohm, 20 ohm. They are connected in parallel. The combined resistance is, right, the combined resistance, we know that the combined resistance, right, the resistance are two, formula we know that one by, we know that formula, that is 1 by Rp, right. 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 and so on, right. So here the resistance are 2, 4, 5, 20, 2, 1 by 2, right, plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 5 plus 1 by 20, 2, 4, 5, 20. For that one, what we need to do, we need to take the LCM, right. 2 comma 4 comma 5 comma 20. So with the 2 we can simplify this. 2 ones are 2 twos are 5 will keep as it is, 2 tens are, and then 2 1 1 2 ones are 5, can take 5 ones are 5 twos are again 2 ones are, right. So 5 twos are 10, so 2 into 5 into 2, so that is answer will be 2 twos are 4, 4 fives are 20, right, 22s are 40. So LCM, we got the LCM as 40. So LCM is 40. So 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 5 plus 1 by 20. Got it. So 40 is the LCM. 2 20s are 4 5s are, sorry, 2 4 10s are, correct, 4 10s are 40, 5 8s are 40, 20 2s are 40. So here again we have to multiply here in this way. So that is 21s are 20 plus 4 10 ones are 10 plus, okay, 20 plus 10 plus 8 plus, because 8 ones are 8, 2 ones are 2, 30 38, okay, 40, right. $38 $40. So 40 by 40 by LCM is 40, 40 40 get cancelled, it becomes 1, right. So options are I think 1 ohm will be the answer. Let's try to see that. Next was a question, the safest source of energy is, right, safest source, which is nothing but renewable source of energy, which won't produce the much exhaust to the environment, right. The safest source of energy is fuel energy, nuclear energy, bioenergy, solar energy. Solar energy is the most safest energy source, we know that, because solar energy which works on the sun, the sunlight falls on the solar cells and converts as a energy and it works on the principle of photoelectric effect. You know that. What is the photoelectric effect? Photoelectric effect is nothing but when a threshold frequency of light falls on the certain materials, the electrons get ejected from those materials. So these electrons are constitute the current. So we know that in the rest of the current production process we use the turbines, but in case of solar cells, the photovoltaic cells, right, they produces energy by converting the solar energy into electric energy, right? So safest source will be solar energy. There are some very simple questions. Next, try to see 1 mark questions here. Second option, 1 mark questions. Write the balance equation for the following. What is the equation? Hydrogen plus chlorine is give rise to hydrogen chloride. You need to write the molecular formula of it. Hydrogen is H2, right? Because its stable form is H2, not H. Got it? Sorry. Okay. Hydrogen is H2 and chlorine is Cl2, and which is give rise to the possible compound which is formed HCl, hydrochloric acid. And children, you know that 2HCl is we write 2HCl to balance the chemical equation. Okay. So next 10th question is about it's, I think it's name the sodium compound which is used for the safety softening the hard water, right? Softening the hard water, what we use, softening the hard water. Name the sodium compound which is used for the softening the hard water. We need to write the washing soda, nothing but sodium carbonate. We know that there are two sorts of water, which is hard water and soft water. How we can able to find the difference between the hard and soft water? You know that when we use the soap, right? When we use the soap, the soft water gives the more lather, wherein hard water give not lather. It's produces the scum. When we are discussing in our classes, that is when we wash our hands with the tap water and when we wash our hands with the borewell water. So you might have observed that the borewell water produces scum, wherein the tap water produces lot of lather, right? Lather. So here in order to soft the hard water, we use washing soda, right? In some of the industries, to make hard water as a soft water, they use washing soda, right? So next question is name 3 elements with filled outermost shells. Name 3 elements with filled outermost shells. You know that noble gases, we have discussed this in the previous classes, that is in regular classes. Noble gases like helium, neon, argon. Why? It has a shell, K shell, L shell and M shell, right? Sorry, K shell and L shell. They consist of 2 K shell, which is 2. This is L shell, which is 8, and M shell also, which consists of 8, or else it will be in the form of 2 first shell, second shell will be 8. So this structure we call it as the outermost orbit consists of 8 electrons. Valence electrons are called the octet structure, right? Octet structure, children. Got it? The octet structure is the outermost shells are having 8 electron, nothing but the valence electrons will be 8 in the outermost shell. So even we have discussed that is the helium, neon, argon gases are not they called as noble gases because they do not share themselves with any other atoms, right? They will be noble, means they are separate. Neither, it does mean that, what does it mean? Neither they donate the electron nor they accept the electron, right? Neither they donate nor they accept the electrons. They are, that's the reason they are called the noble gases. So helium, neon, argon, krypton. Okay, there are some other gases which are having the octet structure and octet arrangements. Okay, so name the 3 elements which fill the outermost shell, which is called helium, neon and argon. So next 12th question which is given, name the hormone which helps in the growth of the stem and flower. Okay, so gibberellins. So these 1 mark questions I am discussing today, means you may get these 1 mark questions in the MCQs, in the form of MCQs. That's what I am writing here. Name the hormone which helps in the growth of the stem and flower is gibberellin. Gibberellin. So exactly, I hope this is the correct pronunciation. So next, give 2 example for the STDs caused by the bacteria, right? So STDs means the contagious diseases that causes by the bacteria, right? So the right answer will be sexually transmitted diseases caused by the bacteria are gonorrhea and syphilis. It's not syphilis. Syphilis is something wrong. The spelling wrongly spelled here. Can you make it right? That is syphilis is the right answer. So the sexually transmitted disease caused by the bacteria are gonorrhea and syphilis. So next question is write the first law of reflection. We have discussed this also in our classes. The incident ray, right, the refracted ray and the normal drawn at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane, isn't it, children? This is the normal, the incident ray, right? This is the incident ray and this is the reflected ray, okay, and the normal which is drawn at the point of incident. This is the plane, right? This is the plane and this is the normal which is drawn at the point of, this is point of incidence, got it? This is the point of incidence, right? So this is exactly the point of incidence. The normal drawn at the point of incidence all lie in a same plane, right? All lie in same plane, okay, all lie in same plane. So that is the first law of reflection. So write the mirror formula. We know that 1 by V plus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. This is very simple. And next, the 16th question is last question of 1 mark, and that is, a person is advised to wear the spectacles with the concave lenses. What type of defect on the vision is suffering from, right? A person is advised to wear the spectacles which concaves, which has a concave, right? So answer is he is citing, actually this portion is exempted for your syllabus, but still there is a question that I am going to discuss in it. So answer will be nearsightedness or short-sightedness. What do you mean by nearsightedness, short-sightedness, which is also called as myopia or bar? We can say that myopia. What do you mean by that? The person who is suffering from the myopia can able to see the near things but cannot able to see the far things clearly. He can see but not clearly. There's a blur vision. That will be corrected by using concave lens of a suitable focal length. Okay, concave lens of a suitable focal length. One more defect of eye that is called as a long sightedness or a hypermyopia or hypermetropia. So long-sightedness means the people who can long-sighted means the people can able to see the far things very clearly, but not the near things. For them, the corrective lenses, opposite of that is nothing but a convex lens of a suitable focal length is used, okay, to correct the vision of a person. Children, when you go to the ophthalmologist, okay, you might have observed that they check your eyes in the machines, right, and they ask you to read the letters A, B, C, D, right, and they check the visibility of how good you can able to see. Based on your eye defect, they suggest you the lenses, and those lenses are, if it is short-sightedness, he'll suggest you the concave lens. If it is long-sightedness, he'll suggest you the convex lens. Okay, so today in today's class, we have discussed 8 plus 8, 16 questions, 8 of MCQs, multiple choice questions, and 8 of 1 mark questions. And in tomorrow's class, children, we shall discuss another set of MCQs and 1 mark questions. So till then, take care and bye.